was interested in it, so I was like, okay, why not?
Mhm. So you served the military. Anybody who I don't say thank you for your service. I say as a citizen,
Thank you.
I appreciate the sacrifice you made behalf on our country. Thank you is never enough. You're not providing a service. You go out there and making risks and sacrifice, especially right now with things going on. So, but
Right.
we do appreciate it. I had two of my family members, my oldest niece and my youngest nephew, served, and I really, support them. I love them. So, your mom really liked it, and was she ever was interested in bodybuilding herself?
So yeah, yes. So she started prepping for a show. Life happened and she hasn't done it since, but she's supported me ever since I've had an interest. So
That's good. I mean, it's good that when you have your family members that support you, because if you know anything about bodybuilding, it's not a very popular sport. We look at by the everyday John Q. public and everyday person because it's so
mhm.
extreme. It's always going back to the fact that people always pointing fingers by use of steroids or performance enhancers, but that's not all what it is. So, what division you started in, and what made you switch up to figure?
I started in bikini. I don't know what I was thinking. It was in 2017. So of course, like I had a friend, she was did bikini. So like I think I don't know, a lot of women start out at bikini because that is like um I'd say it's one of the bigger divisions. Like so wellness and bikini obviously are the biggest divisions. So you see more of them. So I started off bikini. I didn't do bad, but I didn't do good either. So I guess I think figure I wanted to put on more muscle. And then I did a show and I didn't place bad. I got second. I kind of just stuck with figure until wellness came around, and I said, "Let me see if I can, if I can work hard enough to get glutes and it just I don't think that division. My body favors that division. My body obviously favors figure.
Hmm. Well, I say wellness and bikini are very popular. Some say they're very more mainstream in a way because they're not as extremely looking at muscle
Yeah, I would
essentially.
agree.
But now, as it has evolved over the years, those women in those divisions are getting
They look
huge.
great. I mean, sometimes you're like, what? They look great. I love the bikini is like has a little bit more muscle to them. It looks good. I love it.
Yeah, and now they got a new division. Excuse me, I'm not a fan of it. It's called Fit Model. Excuse me. Ha! First
I
say,
think there could be something for everybody. So just like, I may not be interested in, I don't know. I don't, but you know what? I think things change over time. Like I say, I'm not interested in bodybuilding, but when I was doing bikini, in the beginning, I said fake figure was never it. So I kind of think that there might be possibly, even if I don't agree or I don't know now, or, something I might in the future I might want to try a fit model. I don't know.
I personally feel
I don't
like
know. I feel like the manipulation of your body, no matter if you're losing or gaining or things like that, is just so interesting how we can, contort our body or conform our bodies to look a certain way. So you just never know. I don't know.
yeah, I know when my body's kind of contorted a little bit. I mean, it used to be a little slimmer, but then life happens. Well, we have here a guest, a man here, KL the Wonder. He's coming through. He says, "Congratulations on your IB Pro journey." Thank you, brother. And that is a journey because it takes time to grow and develop. So, what made you switch after your last show?
I mean, I feel like I'm a realist. Like I take like criticism. It's not. I don't think it negatively. My body does not favor wellness. It just doesn't. So, I want to do whatever I am able to do with my body. Like if sorry, I've got laundry going. So I want to do the best that my body can do, and the best my body can do is go in the direction that it favors. So I'm not going to try to fit my body into a box that it will never be. I'm never gonna. There's just a shape that I will never have. So I'm gonna go and see what the best I can do in the shape that I do have.
Mhm. I think it's that thing about the human body. It's about how you develop, how you grow. With with wellness, most of the women who dominate that division are the Brazilians because they have the very
Hmm.
certain aesthetics, the bigger hips, bigger thighs, smaller waists. They have those, as I would say, like it's the Afro aesthetics. Many of our sisters are very small waist and big butt and huge thighs. Bikinis more for the slimmer, longer girls. Fit models for the girls who don't want to be as big. You look at divisions like figure, where you're more athletically built. You have that upside Dorito shape, the broader
Hmm.
shoulders, the smaller waist, and look at division like physique and women's bodybuilding where it's a little bit more size, but always different factors to it. Shout out to our man here, Kiel. He says this. He says, "I like the figure women. They have that Wonder Woman physique."
I would have to agree. Yeah, I think it's so beautiful. I mean, to me, it's just so beautiful. Of course, I'm in it, but it's just I see those women, and I'm just like, how can you not look at an action figure and then look at a figure? It's the same thing.
Yeah, let me think about. I remember it was a. Oh, I don't know if you can remember. There was a TV show called He-Man. There was a character called
Yeah.
Tila, and
Uh
she was
huh.
very athletic built, or Shatara from Thundercats. Um, every woman's going to be different when it looks into a division because women are different builds. Man, we have a certain build. We're like built broader. We're built. This is how I say it like this: what separates men and women is genetics, and that's the factor when it comes to bodybuilding.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, what made you decide to do the Arnold? There's a lot of other shows. Most competitors rather like for that show, there wasn't a lot of competitors for women's bodybuilding and so few
Yeah.
for physique.
Um. Well, one, I'm looking at. I didn't know. Like, I guess when I really originally looked at it, I was looking for NPC. I'm in NPC, so that's the shows that I'm looking at. I guess I wasn't. I was
When
just
what?
looking for NPC shows, and that's at the beginning of the year. My boyfriend went pro as well. We went pro the same day, so like we're trying to be strategic about how we move about this. Talking to a coach, he thought it was a good idea, so I mean, he gave us a go ahead, and I feel like this gives us the whole year to kind of figure things out because that was the first show of the year.
Yeah, because I think it's the opportunity that okay, let's get it out of the way, and
Hmm.
then we can relax and maybe think about what the strategy for the rest of the year. Because it's just like I said, it's just the 1st of March. You still got
Yeah.
another 9 months left.
Hmm.
You can either take the time to grow during this time, maybe do a show later in the year, or maybe do a show the first of next year. It's a
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, it is. We've already got a show planned out. So my thing is that we know that figure is the division is getting smaller and smaller. So the only way to kind of see where I fare is going to be go and actually compete about on a pro level. So I was talking to my boyfriend before. I said even if I were to score 10th place, I would be ecstatic because then I could get some feedback and I know where I have to work. Now, 10th place is not my goal, but I have my goal is always going to be the number one spot. But I again, like I said, like it's not like a one time thing, end all be all thing. So like I'm happy to get the critiques to be able to work on that to look better.
Yeah, it's. I think what me doing this content on you bodybuilders, you'll have that kind of Ricky Bobby mentality. If not first, you're
Oh
last.
yeah, of course.
That's a good reference, Ricky Bobby. Tally that good nights. And your boyfriend, what's his name? And is he
Caleb.
around?
Yeah,
Is he
he's
around?
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
hey,
name is
come in,
Caleb.
come in, son, come in,
I was
son,
waiting for you to ask.
come in,
I love
son,
like telling.
come in, son. Sit down, boy, sit down. I
And
want to see
with
the
him,
package.
so I started in 2017. This is his second show.
So
Yeah,
young
so
Mr. Caleb. Oh, yo.
sorry.
When did y'all two meet? When you meet this lovely lady?
We met last year
Yeah,
in
this is the first.
April. And honestly, we haven't been apart since.
No,
Oh,
those memes or those little videos that say you meet once and you've not separate. Yeah, that very much
Yeah.
was the case.
you know what? I hate people like you. I just y'all
I
make
used
me
to too
sick.
until we got in one.
Yeah. Only at this. I'm a young man. I had quite a few relationships. Not relationships. I had relations. And the only woman I had in my life was my mama. That was my true one woman. She's been gone for some time, but it's good you got go. So you both decided to do the Arnold, and you
Mhm.
turned pro in men's bikini. Excuse me, men's physique. Sorry. I was question you both, Caleb. And what's that experience like for you, and what got you started?
You said, what does that feel like for me?
Yeah.
It's a huge accomplishment. I mean, I went pro in basketball prior to getting into bodybuilding. I suffered some injuries and which ended my basketball career. So I just still wanted to compete, and which led me to just lifting weights and being in the gym. and I just ended up falling in love with just the consistency of showing up every day and then putting the time and work into my regimen. And so, and my mindset is that, if I'm gonna go shoot 1,000 shots a day in a gym, it's no different than going to go put in the reps at with weights. So
Yeah.
that's what kind of got me there.
And you played. What team you played for when you were in the league?
I didn't play in the NBA. I played overseas.
Oh.
Yeah, so I played in three different countries: in Turkey, Russia, and Tbilisi, Georgia.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
That's Georgia and Russia, not Georgia. Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
because there's another Georgia, and yeah, and that's the thing is you be athletic background and finding the sport and find a passion for it, and only been competing for such a short time, I would say, and
Hmm.
yes,
then
sir.
turning pro. I mean, that's pretty good work, son. I mean, I know you should be proud of yourself. I know your woman's proud of you. Your family's proud of you. I mean, it's tough. I think it's a lot harder, I would say, for your girl than it is for you because there's more opportunities when you look to
Mhm.
the sport. You know, uh, March Madness has started. Who you got? Who you got?
It's gonna be tough. I mean, I think that BYU is pretty good right now. Arizona is pretty good right now, but I think that Michigan State might win it all.
Well, I'm going to be a little biased. I'm from the Tar Heel State. I got to go with my heels. I got to go with my heels. They produce a lot of great
Yeah.
superstars and like that, But son, you're the professional. I'll leave it to you. But we like to thank you because this is about your woman. Maybe next time we do one on one with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice to
All
meet you.
right, son. Nice to meet you too. Congratulations, son.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a good man. So anyway, and that's good to have I know quite a few couples who are pros, or one's a pro, one's an amateur, and
Hmm.
I think the tough part is like prep when both of you are
You
prepping.
would think. No, 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 no. You would think. So we both met when we were prepping for competitions last year. So I think when we met, I think I was about like maybe like 6 weeks out, and then he was maybe 2 months out. So and then I ended up going to the hospital. So it kind of like that prep. It was kind of messy in that it was just like a lot of things were going on in that time. But we had a talk before this prep even started, so we were like, are the things that I guess we looked at how our prep went last time, and then like, okay, we may have cheated here or there, or we may have been too tired here, or we weren't getting enough sleep here, and we have to be real with ourselves. Like, what do we think that the top? What was Sid doing? Do I think that she was? Was she cheating? Was she doing this? And and then I realized, like, my last prep, there's a lot of things that other girls are doing that I did not even think about. I didn't stop drinking energy drinks and carbonated drinks. I did not stop putting sauces, like, look, I did not stop any of that, and I said I still did well. So I'm like, I can only imagine if I took that stuff out and gave a little bit more, where I could what I could do with it. So, and that's how, like, this, I mean, that's, I think, the why the prep is so easy. But I also think that my being in the military and him being always a athlete, we're already like, so and also having a talks about, like, hey, we know that we're going to get irritable. We've had that talk, like, hey, I don't want to talk to you right now, or I'm
Mm,
just in a bad mood, and we just leave each other alone. I feel like understanding that, that feeling, like, makes this, it just made it easier. I can't think of we maybe had like, I don't know, like, I can't really say that this prep was hard. If anything, it made it easier. I feel like Caleb is part of the reason that I went pro.
That's good to have that support because could be people look at bodybuilding as a lonely sport. You're on
Hmm.
stage or by yourself, but it's a team effort. Your coach, Caleb,
Yeah.
the people that support you, it's a team effort. And you mentioned your coach. Who's your coach?
Kevin. Yes, Kevin Johnson. So I am, yeah, he's great. He's out of Kentucky.
Yeah. I believe I know one of his. I interviewed one of his clients. That's Marika Jones,
Yes, that is
and
her. Yes.
yes, Marika is an amazing lady.
Yeah.
She did something amazing last year.
Yes.
It still blows my
Yes, and
mind.
I've not seen her in person, but I cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean, she's a lovely lady. I mean, folks, you remember, Marika did two shows
Hmm.
within under a 24-hour period. I call her the Iron Woman. I mean, I got a video. I did it. I took it and I put the like Iron Man symbol on her.
Uh-huh.
Like Iron Heart. It says she's Iron Woman. I mean, doing two shows, going to Mississippi all the way to Texas. And you know what? You gotta respect that. You know, she's an
Hmm.
amazing lady, Olympian on her own right. And your coach, he's a pretty good coach. I think he has a good stable of amazing competitors.
Yeah.
When did y'all meet, and how did you get together with him?
So actually, I don't know exactly when we met, but when I was competing in 2019, I remember him going on the stage after me and me recording his routine because it was like I was like, damn, we don't get no routine like that. But so I remember sending it to him, and like it's kind of been like bodybuilding is a small world, and especially in Kentucky. So I did reach out to him. I probably say I think in 2024. So I had been out of the gym I think from like 2020 to 20 the end of 2023. Life happens. I just one day I just stopped going. So I did reach out to him. I'm like, hey, like I'm doing this myself, losing weight back again myself, and I just need, can you be my second eyes? And then eventually we just, decided like there's no point of he's my coach. So yeah, and then it's funny because Caleb was with a different coach before, and then switched over to him, and then uh did well as his first show. Got, qualified to compete at a national show and then went pro. So, I mean, I guess you would say he's a great coach.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You working with both of you and a couple and understanding all of this to for help athletes to reach their levels,
Hmm.
especially in particularly the divisions like figure, where there's a little more muscle density, more size, more development. You know, it's an evolution of every athlete. So, folks, while we got Brittne here, we're going to do this. We're going to jump to social media for a little bit. If you want to
Hmm.
follow her, the links to the description of this. You want to reach out interest, guys, be respectful. She got a big dude that's a boyfriend. I don't want to be hearing some trouble say, yo, man, I just, hey, nah, I want no trouble.
I appreciate you for saying that. I
That,
appreciate that.
because okay, I doing this content, I've heard stories, I know stuff, ladies tell, see, like,
Hmm.
like this is the thing. When women feel like they're comfortable with a man, they tell you everything. I learned that a
Yes.
long time ago. And that's what got gray in my beard. So yeah, we're gonna jump into her social media, guys. Reach out to her and show respect. Now here we are here. Give me a second. YouTube's kind of funny sometimes. What's going on here? There we go. And here she is, and she's with her man. That's her baby right there. Yeah. And y'all look cute together. Y'all flexing. I mean, the couple that flex together stay together. So, what you like about training? Especially when y'all train together.
um, I like that we're both I don't like to work out with people, just period. I just feel like that's my time. A lot of people don't work out in the same intensity or you or the same style as you or whatever. But he does, and he'll even, he'll push me. So I do like working out with him because I am competitive. If I see him do a certain weight and I know I'll go get a heavier weight to either get closer to him or to pick up what he was I guess doing his warm up with.
And also, you are started coaching. How long you been doing the coaching?
Yes. So, I I would work with family members for, I'll probably say like maybe like 3 or 4 years prior to last year. But last year I wanted to start training just because I didn't want to train. If that makes sense. Like, I want to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in a way to grow. And help people because I do like to help people. Is to train.
Yeah. And Caleb, what do you do? Do you train also as a coach and trainer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all both like what y'all do because y'all, or you have clients you work with, or you just.
So we do, but we train because we like to do it. But we both have like full-time federal jobs.
Oh, so what federal jobs y'all work for?
Just some federal jobs.
Well, I had quite a few jobs. None of them were federal. Most of them, like one of my last jobs I had, I worked at a strip club about 4 or 5 years. That's a different situation. But yeah, I said job's a job. Also, you were in the military. What got you into the military?
So my dad was in the military. He happened to be a recruiter. I didn't know what I wanted to do after high school, but I didn't want to just be doing nothing. So I was like, well, this is like something that is like, at least it's giving me time to figure it out. I'm doing something productive while I figure it out. So I initially joined the National Guard and then I went active later on.
Yeah. And what to your father, I also say to him, I say, sir, I would say as a citizen, I appreciate the sacrifice you made perhaps the country, you know.
Mhm.
And here she is as she talks about herself.
Excited to announce that I'll be joining the coaching team here at Sanctuary Gym, located in Hyattsville, Maryland.
I gotta be it. Gotta mute folks, YouTube and these copyright instructions. And do you enjoy both y'all enjoy being coaches and working with people?
I do, just because I know what it's brought me. So I think when people think of like working out or in the gym, they think about like, I don't know, just like the eating portion, the hard parts, like lifts are heavy and like the strict diets. But I feel like when you are consistent in this, like in I guess like bodybuilding or not even bodybuilding, if you're just consistent in like the gym and eating and making it mandatory, like that trickles over into other aspects of your life. So I feel like it makes you like if you're not good with time management, you're gonna have to be good with time management. You're gonna have to plan ahead to pack your meals to be able to figure out the time that you can go to the gym that's sufficient enough. Especially when you get deeper into prep and the cardio gets longer, you still have to do your sessions. I have a dog. We have our relationship. We still want to, see friends. We went to Panama during our prep. Now, I don't know if I don't suggest going on vacation during a prep, but the thing is that, this is what him and I had this talk and that this is now our lives. Our lives day in and day out is going to have to be in the mindset of being a pro. So, that looks different. So we're not going to stop living our life just because of that. We're just going to just make those adjustments.
Yeah. Here she is. As I showed this picture earlier, she got a pro card. You
Mhm.
won your class and did overall. What was that feeling like when they say to you, you are now an IFBB pro?
I don't know if it's hit me just yet. If I'm being honest, me and my boyfriend had this discussion today. Um, I felt like I just got my ticket to compete is what it feels like. I got my entry into the what is it, entry into the game. So I feel like I've not compete, like I only have my ticket in, so I gotta actually compete and then that's when I'll be able to say that I'm a pro.
Yeah, it's a process. I know just getting that pro card is just not enough. It's the
Hmm.
experience you have to learn, the training, the dieting, everything that's involved with being competitive. Because now you were as amateur, you were starting at the bottom, and now you are
I'm at
going
the
to be
bottom
starting back
again.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a guy here. Stay hard. He says, "I'm a beginner with gears. Can I take some advice? What do you start with?" So
With
that's
gears.
I think talk about gear,
Oh, like
but
steroids.
yeah, it's not
Oh,
always
I don't
steroids.
know.
Not always steroids. It's performance enhancers, peptides. There's different things that's used. But this is the thing is,
I don't know if he's interested in that. I do know that some coaches they're the ones to talk to you about that. I don't. I
mhm,
wouldn't know the first thing to tell anybody else to do.
I would say best to go with is with somebody who is very professional, who has a medical
Mhm.
background, who understands the process. Because I think about when people think about bodybuilding, it's always steroids. You just take steroids and
Yeah.
you get like Arnold and Arnold. Did you get me Arnold?
Yeah, that is like, yeah, I can tell you that is like a very bad like stereotype and what people's ideas of what people look or it's so I mean honestly I don't know enough to tell anybody else or anybody about steroids. So I would just say do your research and get a coach if that's something you're wanting to do.
I think I do use interviews with natural competitors. Start off natural, go that way.
Yeah,
It takes more time to build more muscle naturally, compared to when you are using performance enhancers because you
it
have to.
does, but I also believe you don't if you're going to do something you don't start off that was like you don't start off like on drugs, like you don't even know what your body is capable of and you're just like giving it like you're just saying you don't have any faith in yourself. To me, if you just jump immediately into it, you don't even know what your body is capable of or the work that you can produce or how you can change yourself. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest that to start off, but if you're going to do it, go to somebody that is knowledgeable.
So you're saying you want to make sure you have a plan.
Right.
Here's the thing. I don't ever have a plan, Brittany. I'm just a dog chasing cars. I don't know what to do when I get one. So I'm sorry he had to come out. He just heard plans. So now the being a pro, the work, the consistency, that's involved with it. And you talk about your federal job. What do you do? It's a top secret. Can you share with us, or
Oh,
you
it's not
have?
toxic. I'm a recruiter.
Oh, you're a recruiter.
Yeah.
You still recruit for the army?
No, not for the army. No, I did recruit for the army, but not anymore. So I recruit for one of the federal agencies.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
It's an alphabet agency. Yeah, with like three or
No,
more
no,
letters.
it's not. No, no, no.
Well, yeah, that's good. It's good to have. That's a job where, well, right now, well, it's good to have a job that stays because
Yeah, those it's gonna have a job.
yeah, that's good to have a job. Because like I said, I was holding down two when I was a much younger man. And because it's tough because you got to think about it. For bodybuilding, for you women, there's a expense. Your boyfriend got to put on a pair of board shorts and a banana hammock. That's it.
I know.
That's it. That's how you got to work. Okay, a pair of board shorts, you're good. But
Right.
with you ladies, it's a more of a expense. I mean, I know Caleb has his stuff. He has his expense doing competition time, but
Yeah.
show day, that's the expense for you ladies. You have to make sure
Yeah.
you're done. You got to have your jewel, your makeup. The tan is very important. Also, you're in the division where you're wearing high heels. Clear
Yeah.
heels. I mean, you know, this is why I think I talk about sponsorship really helps. Are you a sponsor athlete right now?
I'm not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, sponsorship it does help cover the cost of between travel expenses. As an amateur, you have to pay for entry fees. Then the expenses of food, pay your coach, travel
Hmm.
to the shows. I mean, you got to go out to Ohio, and then I know a friend of mine. He went there. I mean, he enjoyed himself. He wasn't a competitor. He was just there doing interviews, reach out to people, and it's just bodybuilding's not as lucrative of a sport. Like I know Kelly, we played in overseas. Your basketball is pretty much a good money making
Hmm.
career, depending on how long you go and what team you go for. But bodybuilding is not very lucrative by standpoint for everyday person.
Yeah, you know what? I would say that, but I also believe that because of social media, I would say women with more muscle are like if you look on TikTok or Instagram and things like that, they are, they're doing well as far as like, the influencer type thing. So that is something that makes me so nervous. It's just because I feel like I'm more like private. And I know people are interested, so I want to figure out a way to give a little bit more with still being myself and not giving too much because I'm one that deletes my page very often. Delete it just because like I feel like mental health is very important. Living your life is very important. When you put a lot out on social media, you give a lot of people I guess space to say whatever. So and I would like to protect my peace. So I just need to figure out a way how to do it the way that I like to do it. I think people will find that we're very like I want to say boring, but I would say, but and I guess some people's not boring. Like I like we day in day out. It's the same thing. We have our things that we like. Um, it's very nice.
You sound like an old married couple. So,
We
Karen,
are, we are, and it is wonderful. I don't think anybody. It is wonderful. It is wonderful.
I tell you, my parents were together for 55 years, even though my dad lived in New Jersey for the last 30 of my mom was still here with the rest of us in North Carolina. But, I've seen amazing people who are great couples, especially in sport, but it can be a strain on a relationship because of a lot of the things going on, especially social media. How this is a funny thing, and this is something I laugh at when I see guys making comments. There's two sides. And
Mhm.
and one of my things is I have to make my crime here, Brittany. I am a muscle person. I find
Okay.
you ladies intoxicating. I find you exciting. But then there's the other side where guys say, like, you're trying to be a man. You're trying to be a
Yeah.
man. And here again, guys, this is a beautiful woman. I'm going to say right in front of her boyfriend. She's a beautiful
Uh,
woman.
he
You
knows.
know,
He better know.
yeah, that's it. You got her, Caleb. You got it. No one's going to take her. You won. You won. But, that's the thing is that people look at women like yourself and they're always going to make judgments because you have more muscle because they feel
Yeah.
like you're not as feminine in their mindset. But this is you're an athlete. You
Mhm.
train, you work out, you build your body to a certain level because you want to be the best in your sport. Like, who do you follow that you respect as an athlete in the sport?
Um, all the women, all of them. To be honest, all of them. So every woman that follows me, I follow them back just because I feel like I don't know, like even if I'm not bikini, that has nothing to do with like because you can see somebody's like you can be motivated out somebody's other motivation. You can see a story or you can see like dang they got some nice legs, let me go ahead and look and see because I've done that. I've seen a wellness girl, I said let me go ahead. I don't because I like to take in things, like I don't think that I know everything. I luckily I feel like the way that I worked out, again, I don't work out with people. I've worked out with my coach once, so the way that I work out has worked out for me. So I don't know if that'll work for anybody else. And luckily, my genetics, I guess adhere to the training that I do. But I mean, I feel like you can just pull something from everybody. And I think women. I love women. They're just so interesting. And I don't know. I'm a girl's girl for real. So he's lucky he's here.
Well, me, I love women too. It may not be the 80s, but I'm down with the ladies. I mean, no offense to the guys. I respect you guys. I grew up like guys like Arnold and Lee Haney and Lou Ferrigno, Arlo. I remember they did that movie Pumping Iron on the bus together and they take off the jacket to, But then when I got into my age when I was getting puberty and young women, something I just kind of blew my mind. And women with muscles is something desirable. But one person who I'm fan of, and this lady, she really, I think I'm obsessed with her because I think she's so beautiful, and that is Andrea Shaw.
Oh yes, I love her.
She was she
Yeah.
was she was there because she's a sponsored athlete by Mutant
Mhm.
Nation. She was there. A friend of mine was there. I call him my brother. I tell him, David, get your hands off my girl. He had his hands. I love David. He's my brother. We hang out when we're in Tampa, but he has hands on my girl. I'm sorry, I gotta let that go. But one thing that really, especially for content to myself, a friend of mine who runs her own company called Bad Rap, she was at the Olympia back in 2023. They had in Tampa, and it was like a week after my birthday. She sent me this in the mail. Now, to quote my other guy, when you're good at something, they'll do for free, and this is my payment. And then what makes it special for me when
She sucked it.
yes, she signed it. I love her. I mean, it's just women like herself. I have ladies who send me stuff every now and then and appreciate what I'm doing because this is about giving your ladies a perspective about who you are as a woman, as an athlete. I would love to have on a show on one day. Some ladies who I've met that are just amazing, like Sharonica Hinton. She was number 3 in the world. Now she's got down. Ashley Jones, who I met, who's number 2 now,
Yes.
and she is a great
She's from
lady.
Kentucky too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She gave me a shout out a while back. Another friend of mine was at the Olympia, and last year she gave me a shout out. Also, this is my friend Eunice. She runs a company, Bad Rap, and here
Hmm.
we are. This is. I'm hanging with David Lee Roth. I would never have done that. This guy. I remember him when I was coming up. Van Halen, not Van Hagar, not Van Sharon, Van Halen. But that's the thing is about this sport. It's a sport that you have to have a passion for and a drive for.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you definitely do because I feel like it's it's not, I mean, it definitely is not easy. Like, there's nobody as an adult, like nobody's coming to tell you like you're gonna get in trouble if you eat that. Nobody's telling you like, and also like food is something else that is needed to survive. So to kind of to be able to tell yourself no, to be able to be disciplined, to be able to do all those things, like I feel like it just makes I don't it's I think it was the sport that was made for me. It's just like consistent. You can always get better. I would just say fitness is something that's always gonna be a part of my life, just because there's so many different things that you can do. I was just talking to my boyfriend, and maybe like 10 years, I don't know if I want to be bodybuilding. Maybe I want to get into the yoga, or I don't know. I don't know what if I want to get into powerlifting, but I just feel like I've fallen in love with like bodybuilding over and over and over again. It is like a relationship, to where sometimes you hate it, sometimes you love it, sometimes you miss it, sometimes you go without seeing it, sometimes like you may do yourself wrong by ignoring it for 3 years like I did. So I mean, I just feel like the whole process of figuring out what you're capable of has been really it's trickled over into other aspects of my life. So how you see how I'm saying, like I'm looking at myself and thinking about the things that I could change or make better in bodybuilding. I do that as a partner in our relationship. I do that as a sister. I do that as a friend. I ask my friends like, "Hey, am I doing something? There's something I could be doing better." I apologize to my boyfriend to things that he may not even notice. I bring it up to him and be like, "Hey, I don't want to, do this or that," and he may not notice it, but I bring it up because I want to hold myself to accountable to who I say I am.
Hmm. That's good. I remember an actress, if you don't remember her, Eartha Kitt. She's a great actress. She was one of the
Yes.
first Catwoman. She said like this: "I want to be love myself. I want somebody who loves me for me. I don't want
Hmm.
them to share it." And that's the thing
Hmm.
is, you have to love yourself first because this sport can be really affect your mental state. I mean,
But yeah,
I know we talk about sometimes. I have a discussion show on Monday. We call Must Talk Monday. We do live and discuss stuff like that. Where post show blues or dealing with body dysmorphia. I mean,
yeah.
there's so many mental aspects to the sport. It's not just the physical part; it's the mental. And also the one thing everybody look and think about, everything's done with pills and in the gym. But good number of ladies tell me that 50-60% of bodybuilding is in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, I would say it's more 75-80. Like you can lift all day long, but if you don't have the eating, and just like it's same thing with eating, if you can eat, you can maintain muscle and things like that. But if you're not, the eating is, I feel like it's way bigger than that. And that's why I think that was my struggle, and that's what the the talk I had to have with myself, because it wasn't lifting. I can go in and lift for 6 hours a day and I love it. But that eating is, yeah, that was a hard part.
Yeah, because with eating, you have to be very consistent with your eating. You can't change it
Yeah.
too much. You have to follow this plan, catch your macros. You have this a certain day. I know your
Mhm.
coach gives you refeeds and cheat meals every so often that helps you. Because sometimes it's just the body just can't deny its desire for something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the show, I actually like to ask you questions, ladies.
Mhm.
Where is that, especially you'll ask, beyond that long prep, and and you and your man got the chance to get your pro cards, and something's calling you. It's like,
Huh.
what was the thing that you desired the most, like especially that long prep, that thing that you wanted, that it was just so
You know what? I was actually very disappointed because I did not have appetite. I was pissed. I love food. When I say I love food, and I was so excited. I got a burger. I took like 2 bites and a couple of fries, and I could not eat it, and I couldn't eat the rest. And I was like, "What is going on?" So, and it's been. I mean, it's been slowly like coming back. But still, I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if my body's never been this small. I don't remember the last time I was this small. So I don't know if my body's just trying to figure it out.
Well, I think it's getting justice because especially when you're on a very strict diet and you try to eat clean and healthy, and then you eat something that's very outside of that.
Yeah.
I know some ladies will binge after the show. I remember one lady, she told me a story where she ate so much ice cream, she dreamed about ice cream truck. I
I can tell you what I did. My first show, I ate so much, like my stomach. I was in pain. I was in pain. I looked like I was pregnant. Yeah, for like 2 days, and I was constipated. It was just horrible. So no, I know exactly what that is like, and I said I would never do it again.
yeah, it was like that scene in Dumber and Dumber with Jeff Daniels on the toilet.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing is, but you know what? It's good that it's good to have a little joy every now and then, a little slice of cake, a little burger. What's your favorite if you have particularly opportunity to eat it? If you can eat it right now, what is your favorite?
That's funny because I told myself I would never eat my favorite food as long as I'm competing, because I don't know how to stop. Donuts. If I have a donut, if I have a donut, it's not just one donut, and it's not just one day, and it's not just, I will eat donuts for a week straight before I like it's I'm like, I can't eat donuts. I can't even have one donut while I'm a bodybuilder um at all, because I don't know how to there's no benefit to me eating the donut. It's not like it's not like it's like a bowl from Kava, where at least has like some good ingredient. There's absolutely no benefit to eating bread and sugar.
Yeah, it's like this homosexual donut.
Yes, no, that's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is.
Kayla, what's your favorite?
Ice cream. You don't even have to ask him. It's ice cream. It's ice cream.
What he likes Rocky Road, or he likes a good old plain vanilla chocolate.
Oh, he likes cookies and cream, cookie dough. It just Those are his top two. So if you get a mix, probably even better.
Oh yeah, I have a debate. Which is you say is the best, Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
I don't eat either one of those. I wouldn't know.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I don't I like mom and pop like food. I don't like the chain stuff. Like I like mom and pop stuff.
me personally, I like Krispy Kreme. My younger brother used to live in Fayetteville. That's
Yeah.
Fort Bragg. My younger brother used to live in Fayetteville. My sisters and my brother used to live there. I was visiting him one day, and he was like about a mile away from Krispy Kreme. He was going out and saying, "I'm going out and get a beer. You want anything? Nah, I'm not anything. I might walk back Krispy Kreme. You want? Say, okay, give me a donut, sweet white one."
He said, I want some now.
Yeah, that's enough. But yeah, it's good that to also to maintain control in the sport, and
To know,
also
you gotta know what your triggers are if you're gonna do that. So just say I was like pizza and I don't really, pizza is okay. I've been craving it, I think just because I told myself I can't having it, but it's donuts. It's just I cannot. I will not.